Yes.
Everyone in the office has gone home. It's after 6. Don't stay up here, Mr. Frank. What's the use of torturing yourself like this?
I've come to say goodbye. I'm leaving here, Pete.
What do you mean? Where are you going? Where?
I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
Mr. Frank, you can't leave here. Amsterdam is your home. Your business is here waiting for you. Now that the war is over,
I can't stay in Amsterdam, Pete. There's too many memories for me. Everywhere there's something. The house we lived in, the school, the street organ playing out there. I'm not the person you used to know, Pete. I'm a bitter old man. Forgive me, I shouldn't speak to you like this, after all that you've done for us and stuff.
No, you can't save yourself.
I know what you went through. You and Mr. Crawford. I'll remember it as long as I live, Peter. Come.
Wait, Mr. Frank, there's letters, notes that we found on the floor.
Burn them!
But there's letters, notes!
Burn them! All of them!
Burn this?
On the side. Monday, the 6th of July, 1942. 1942. Is it possible, me? Only 3 years ago? Dear Diary, since you and I are going to be great friends, I will start by telling you about myself. My name is Otto. I am 13 years old. I was born in Germany the 12th of June, 1929. And my family is Jewish. We immigrated to Holland when Hitler came from power.
My father started a business importing spice and herbs. Things went well for us until 1940. Then the war came and the Dutch defeat, followed by the arrival of the Germans. Then things got very bad for the Jews. You could not do this, and you could not do that. They forced Father out of his business. We had to wear yellow stars. I had to turn in my bike. I couldn't go to a Dutch school anymore. I couldn't go to the movies, or ride in an automobile, or even on a streetcar, and a million other things. But somehow, we children still managed to have fun. Yesterday, Father told me we were going into hiding. Where, he wouldn't say. At 5 o'clock this morning, Mother woke me and told me to hurry and get dressed. I was to put on as many clothes as I could. It would look too suspicious if we walked along carrying suitcases. It wasn't until we were on our way that I learned where we were going. Our hiding place was to be upstairs, in the building where Father used to have his business. 3 other people were coming in with us, the Fondans and their son Peter. Father knew the Fondans, but we had never met them.
Something's happened to them. I know it. Something's happened.
Now, Carrie.
Mr. Frank said they'd be here at 7 o'clock. He said
They have to walk 2 miles.
They've been taken. That's what's happened. They've been taken.
Look, you see, Mrs. Fondant. Mr. Fondant. There were too many of the Greek police on the streets. We had to take the long way around.
Anna?
My wife, Edith, Mr. and Mrs. Fondant, their son, Peter, and my daughters, Margot and I. I'm sorry, there is still so much confusion. Oh, please, don't think of it. After all, we'll have plenty of leisure to arrange everything ourselves.
Now I put the stores of food you sent here. Your drugs are here, soap linen here. Thank you. And I set up the beds the way Mr. Frank and Mr. Crawler asked. Oh, forgive me, I'll be here later. I have to go to the other side of town to get you some rations. Ration books? If they see our names on ration books, they'll know we're here.
There isn't anything.
Don't worry, your names won't be on them. I'll be up later.
Thank you.
The ration books, they're illegal then?
We won't be
never
living.
done anything illegal.
We won't be living exactly according to regulations here, right? This isn't the black market, Mrs. Frank. This is what we call the white market. Helping all the hundreds and hundreds hiding out in Amsterdam.
It's the Westertoren.
I must go. I must be out of here, downstairs in the office before the workmen get here. Each day, Nick or I, or both of us, will be able to bring you news and food and find out what your needs are. Tomorrow, I'll bring a better bowl for the door at the foot of the stairs. You need to better bolt, one that you can throw yourself and open only at a signal. Oh, you'll tell him about the noise. I'll tell him. Goodbye, then, for the moment.
How can we thank you?
I never thought I'd live to see a day when a man like Mr. Frank would go into hiding. Would you think?
What did he mean about the noise?
First, let's take off some of these clothes.
You know, it's a wonder we weren't arrested. Petronella walking along the street in that fur coat of hers, and Peter's cat crying all the way.
A cat? Anna! It's all right, I've gotten 3 more.
Now, about the noise. While the men are in the building below, we must have complete quiet. Every sound can be heard down there, not only in the workrooms, but in the offices, too. The men come at about 8:30 and leave at about 5:30. So, to be perfectly safe, from 8 in the morning until 6 in the evening, we must move only when it is necessary and then in stocking feet. We must not speak above a whisper. We must not run any water. We cannot use the sink or even, forgive me, the WC. The pipes go down to the workrooms. It would be heard. No trash must ever be thrown out, which might reveal that someone is living here. No trash must ever be thrown out, which might reveal that someone is living here. Not even a potato can. We must burn everything in the stove at night. This is the way we must live until it is over. If we are to survive.
Until it is over.
After 6, we can move about. We can talk and laugh and have our supper and read and play games, just as we would at home. And now I think it would be wise if we all went to our room that were settled before 8 o'clock. Mrs. Fondant, you and your husband will be sleeping upstairs. I regret that there's no room up there for Peter, but he will be here, near us. This will be our common room, where we'll meet to talk and eat and read, just like our men.
And where will you and Mrs. Frog sleep?
Well, this room is also our bed.
Well, that's not right. You take the room upstairs and we'll sleep down here.
Please, I've thought this out for weeks. It's the best arrangement, the only arrangement.
Peter, you'll be all right down here. You're not afraid? I don't know how we could ever thank you, Mr. Frank. I don't know what would happen to us if it hadn't been for you.
You don't know how your husband helped me when I came to this country, knowing no one, not able to even speak the language. Now I could never repay him for that. And may I help you with your things?
No, come along, Lucia.
You're sure you're not afraid, Peter?
Please, Mother.
You two must have some rest in. You didn't close your eyes last night. Nor you, Margot.
I slept, Father. Wasn't that funny? I knew it was the last night in my own bed, and yet I slept soundly.
Well, I'm glad, Anna. Now you can help me straighten things out in Gavin. Ada, Margot, you two come with me.
You're sure I can help, really? Anna hasn't had the milk yet.
Now, I'll give it to her.
You're sure you aren't tired, Anna?
I feel fine. I'm going to help Father.
Peter, I'm glad you're here to be with us.
Yes, Miss Frank.
You two rest in this room for the time being. Anna, it's best that you take off your shoes now before you forget.
What's your cat's name?
Mushy.
Oh, Mushy, Mushy, Mushy. I love cats. I had one, a darling little cat. But they made me leave her behind. I left some food and a note for the neighbors to take care of her. I'm going to miss her terribly. What is yours, him or her?
He's a Tom, and he doesn't like strangers.
Then I'll have to stop being a stranger then, won't I? Is he fixed?
Huh?
Did you have him fixed?
No.
Oh, you ought to have him fixed, to keep him from fighting. Where did you go to school?
Jewish secondary.
But that's where Margot and I go. I never saw you around.
I used to see you sometimes.
You did?
In the schoolyard, you were surrounded by a bunch of kids.
Why didn't you ever come over?
I'm sort of a lone wolf.
What are you doing?
Taking it off.
But you can't do that! They'll arrest you if you go out without your sword!
Who's going out?
Right.
I didn't have any dates with anyone.
Oh, I did. I had a date with Yobi to go and play ping pong at her house. But do you know Yobi Duvall?
No.
Yobi's my best friend. I wonder what she'll think. We left everything as if we'd suddenly been called away. Breakfast dishes in the sink, bed's not made. Oh, look, it's still there. What are you going to do with yours?
Burn it.
It's funny, I can't throw it away. I don't know why.
You can't. Something that they branded you with so they could spit on you?
I know, but it is the Star of David, isn't it?
Maybe it's different for a girl.
Forgive me, Pager. Now, let me see. We must find a bed for your cat. I'm glad you brought your cat. Hannah was feeling so badly about hers. How about this? Will it be fine in this? And up here's your room. But I warn you, Pager. You can't grow anymore. Not an inch. You'll have to sleep with your feet out of the sky. Are you hungry?
No.
We have some bread and butter.
No, thank you.
You have it for lunch. And tonight, we'll have a real supper. Our first supper together.
Thanks. Thanks.
That's a nice boy, Pager.
He's awfully shy, isn't he?
Oh, you'll like him, I know.
I certainly hope so, since he's the only boy I'm likely to see for months and months.
Anna, there's a box there. Will you open it for me?
You know the way I'm going to think of it here? I'm going to think of it as a boarding house. Very peculiar. A summer boarding house, like the... Father! Oh, my river stars! Oh, and Queen Wilhelmina, how wonderful!
There's something more. Go on, look further.
A diary! Oh, I've never had a diary and I've always longed for one. Oh, thank you, Father. Pencil. I'm going down to the office to get a pencil.
Anna! No!
But there's no one in the building now.
It doesn't matter. I don't want you to ever go beyond that rule.
Never? Well, not even at nighttime when everyone is gone? Or on Sundays? Can't I go down and listen to the radio?
Never. I'm sorry, Anna, but it simply isn't safe. No, you must never go beyond that rule.
I see.
It'll be hard, I know. But always remember this, Anna. There are no walls, there are no bolts, no locks that anyone can put on your mind. People bring us books. We will read history, poetry, mythology. Here's your milk. As a matter of fact, Anna, between us, being here has certain advantages for you. For instance, do you remember the battle you had with your mother the other day on the subject of overshoes? Oh, you said you'd rather die than wear overshoes. But in the end, you had to wear them. Well, now you see, for as long as we are here, you never have to wear overshoes. Isn't that good? And the coat that you inherited from Margot, oh, that rotten coat. You won't have to wear that. And the piano, why, you won't have to practice on the piano. I tell you, Anna, this is going to be a fine life.
I thought I'd better get some water for Lucy before I...
Well, of course.
Describing what it feels like to go into hiding, but I really don't know yet myself. I only know it's funny never to be able to go outdoors, never to breathe fresh air, never to run and shout and jump. It's the silence in the night that frightens me most. Every time I hear a creak in the house or a step on the street outside, I'm sure they're coming for us. The days aren't so bad. At least we know that Meep and Mr. Collar are down there below us in the office. Our protectors, we call them. I asked Father what would happen to them if the Nazis found out they were hiding us. Him said that they would suffer the same fate that we would. Imagine, they know this, and yet when they come up here, they're always cheerful and gay, as if there were nothing in the world to bother them. Friday, the 21st of August, 1942. Today I'm going to tell you our general news. Mother is unbearable. She insists on treating me like a baby, which I loathe. Otherwise,
It's safe now. The last worker has left.
Whee! I'm first for the WC.
6 o'clock, Margot. School's over.
Have you seen my shoes?
Your shoes?
You've taken them, haven't
I
you?
don't know what you're talking about.
You're gonna be sorry.
Am I, Anna?
Wait till I get you.
Waiting. Ah! Peter, stop it! Anna, Peter! Peter, where are you going? Come dance with me!
I tell you, I don't know
I'll
how.
teach you.
I'm going to give Lucy his lunch.
Can I watch?
He doesn't let people around while he eats.
Peter, please!
No!
Anna, I think you shouldn't play like that with Peter. It isn't dignified. Who cares if it's dignified? I don't want to be dignified. You complain that I don't treat you like a grown-up, but when I do, you resent it. I only want some fun. Someone to laugh and clown with. After you've sat still all day and hardly moved, you've got to have some fun. I don't know what's the matter with that boy.
Oh, he isn't used to girls. Give him a little time.
Time? Isn't 2 months time? I could cry. Come on, Margot, dance with me. I have to help with supper. You know we're going to forget how to dance. When we get out of here, we won't remember a thing. Ta-da, ta-da.
Next. Where's Peter?
Where would he?
His father will kill him if he catches him in there with that cat and his work not done. Get him out of there, will you, Anna?
Ta-da. Peter! Peter!
What is it?
Your mother says to come out.
You know what your father says.
For heaven's sake, I haven't seen him since lunch.
I'm just telling you that's all.
I'll feed the cat.
I don't want you in there.
Peter!
Fine. Go in there and give him his food and come right back out, you hear?
Now, is that any way to talk to your little girlfriend?
Mother, please stop saying
Look
that.
at him, Bruce, look at him! He acts as if it's something to be ashamed of, to have a little girlfriend.
Mother, you're crazy. She's only 13.
And you're 16! Just perfect! You know your father is 10 years older than I am. I warn you, Mr. Gronk, if this more last much longer, you're going to be related.
Mazel tov.
I wonder where Meat is. She's usually so prompt.
forgive me, everyone, if I don't stay. I have a friend waiting for me in there. His name is Tom. Tom Cat. Well, some people say we look alike, but he has beautiful whiskers and I only have little fuzz. I'm hoping in time I
Oh,
can
right,
be
Miss
beautiful.
Quack Quack!
Peter!
I heard about you in class, how you talk so much Mr. Smith made you write a composition.
Go on! Tell him the rest! Tell him how it was so good that he read it aloud in all his other classes!
Quack, 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 quack!
You are the most intolerable, insufferable boy I've ever met!
That's right, Anna, give it to him.
All the boys in the world are locked up, one like you!
Quack, 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 quack! And from now on, stay out of my room!
Anna, dear, your hair.
Mother, please.
You're warm. Are you feeling all right?
Mother!
You haven't a fever, have you?
Mother, this is perfectly absurd.
Don't do that. You know we can never call a doctor here. There's only one thing to do. Watch carefully. Prevent illness before it comes. Now let me see your tongue. Otto!
Now, Anna, you listen to your mother.
Come on, open up. You seem all right. Perhaps an
For
acid.
heaven's sake, don't give that girl any more pills. I waited 15 minutes for her to come out of the WC this
I
morning.
was washing my hair!
No, I think there's nothing the matter with our Anna. Let her ride on her bike or visit with Yogi and Ball when he's here. Isn't that so, Anna? We've not come yet.
The workman left just a few minutes ago.
Well, what's for dinner?
Beans.
Again.
Oh, I know, Pootie, but what can we do? It's all that meat brought us.
We are now going to what is known as the bean cycle. Beans broiled, beans on casserole, beans with strings, beans without strings!
I saw you in there, playing with your cat.
No, he just went went up there to put his coat up. He's been out here the whole time doing his lessons.
Anna, you got an excellent in your history paper today, and a very good in Latin.
How about algebra?
Well, I'll make a confession. Up until now, I've managed to stay ahead of you. Now, today, you caught up with me. We'll leave it to Margaret to correct.
Isn't algebra vile, Pin?
Fine.
How did I do? Excellent, 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 excellent.
You should have used some junk.
Should I? I didn't use it here. And look here, Mrs. Fondon.
May I try on your coat?
No, Anna. Oh, it's all right, but be careful with it. My father got me this the year before he died. He always bought the best that money could buy.
Mrs. Fondon, did you have a lot of boyfriends before you were
Anna,
married?
it's a personal question. It isn't courteous to ask personal questions.
No, it's all right. The boys always came buzzing. When I was a little girl, we had a big house in Hilversum.
Not again.
Oh, shut up. Anyway, the boys came swarming like bees around a jam pot. And when I was 16, we were wearing our skirts very short those days. I had good-looking legs, and I still got them. I might not be as beautiful as I used to be, but I still have my legs. What about Mr. Frog?
All right. Receive him.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking Mr. Frog.
Mother, please.
Oh, I embarrass you, do I? I just hope the girl who married has it good. My father used to worry about me, with all the boys always hanging around. He told me, if one of them ever tries to get fresh, you say to them, remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember I'm a lady.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember, I'm a lady.
Look at you, talking that way in front of her. Don't you know she writes this little down in her little diary of hers?
So what? I'm only telling the truth.
We must have the radio on.
Would you mind, Peter, if I moved you over to the couch?
Are you not done yet? No. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
All right. I'm a dunce. I'm a hopeless case. Why do I go
You're
on?
not hopeless. Don't say that. You just haven't someone to help you like the girls have. Unless, Mr. Frog, you wouldn't mind helping out Peter, would you?
Oh, I'm sure his father was...
Oh, no. Not me. He won't listen to me. You go ahead.
Well, how about it, Baker? Shall we make our school co-educational?
Oh, you're an angel, Mr. Frog, an angel! I'm glad to meet you before I got that one there. Go on, sit down and help
It
him.
might be better if we go into Baker's room.
That's right, you go in there and you help him. And Peter, you listen to Mr. Frog. He's a highly educated man.
I can hear a man's voice talking.
Isn't it bad enough here without you sprawling all over the place?
If you didn't smoke so much, you wouldn't be so bad-tempered.
Am I smoking? Do you see me
Don't
smoking?
tell me you use that whole package of
One
cigarettes.
package. Neve only brought me one
It's
package.
a filthy habit anyway. It's a good time to break yourself.
Quiet.
You're smoking all our money. You understand that, don't you?
And what are you staring at?
I just never heard grown-ups quarrel before. I thought only children quarreled.
This isn't a quarrel. It's a discussion. And I have never heard children be so rude before.
I rude?
Anna, will you bring me my knitting? I must remember when Meek comes to ask her to bring me some more wool. I need some hairpins and some soap. I made a list. Have you some library books for Meek when she comes?
It's a wonder that Meek has any life of her own the way we make her run errands for us. Please, Meek, get me some starch. Please take my hair out and have it cut. Tell me all the latest news, Meek. Did you know she was engaged? His name is Dearkin. She's afraid the Nazis are going to take him and ship him off to Germany in one of their war planes. That's what they're doing with some of these young Dutchmen. They pick them up off the street.
Can't you just try to be quiet for 5 minutes? Just 5 minutes.
Come here, Anna. Finish your glass of milk.
Talk. I never heard such a child. Where is mine? Every evening, it's the same. Talk. And guess what? More talk. Where is
What are you looking for?
my pipe? Have you seen my pipe?
What good's a pipe? You haven't got any tobacco.
Well, at least I'll have something to hold in my mouth. Margaret, have you seen my pipe?
It was on the table last night.
Anna, have you seen my pipe? Anna!
Anna, Mr. Von Don is speaking to you.
My I allowed to speak now?
You are the most... You see, the trouble with you is that you're spoiled. What you need is a good old-fashioned spanking.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember, I'm a lady!
Why do you have to be show off all the time? Why can't you be nice and quiet like your sister Margot? Let me give you a little advice, young lady. A man doesn't like that kind of thing in a girl. A man likes a girl who will listen to him once in a while. A domestic girl. One that'll keep her house shining for a husband. One that likes to cook and...
I cut my throat first, I opened my veins. I'm going to be remarkable. I'm going to Paris.
Paris.
Study music and art.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a famous singer or dancer or something wonderful.
My beautiful Berto, my father gave me. You're so unbelievable. Look what you've done. I'm so ruined. Look at it. Look at it. But why do you care? It isn't yours, so go on. Ruin it. I could just kill you for this. I could just kill you.
Petronella, supper, come back.
Anna, you mustn't behave in that way.
It was an accident. Anyone can have an
I
accident.
don't mean that. I mean the answering back. You must not answer back. They are our guests. We must always show the greatest courtesy to them. You don't see Margaret getting into arguments with them, do you? Watch Margaret. She's always courteous with them, never familiar.
You have to walk all over me? No thanks.
I'm not afraid that anyone is going to walk all over you, Anna. I'm afraid for other people that you'll walk on them. I don't know what happens to you. You're wild, self-willed. If I had ever talked to my mother as you
Things
talk
have changed. People aren't like that anymore. Well, yes, mother. No, mother. Anything you say, mother. I've got to find things out for myself. Make something of myself.
It isn't necessary to fight to do it. Margaret doesn't fight, and isn't she getting along just
Margot! Margot! That's all I hear from everyone. How wonderful Margot is. Why aren't you like Margot?
Come on, Anna, don't be so...
Everything she does is right, and everything I do is wrong. I'm the goat around here, and you're all against me. Especially you.
Let's put the soup on the stove. If there's anyone who cares to eat. Margaret, will you take the bread out? I don't know how we can go on living this way. I can't say a word to Anna. She lies at me. You know, Anna, in half an hour she'll be out here laughing and joking. And I told your father it wouldn't work, but no, he said he had to ask him. He said he owed it to me. Well, he knows now that I was right. These quarrels, this bickering, shush. Every time I hear that sound, my heart stops. It's me. Father!
Thank you, Margot. Is everyone on his list?
I'll get my books. Here's your list. Meep's here.
Meep's here?
Yes, Father's going down the letter in.
Last. Fine, then I'll have some cigarettes.
I cannot tell you how sorry I am about Mrs. Fondon's coat.
She'll be all right.
Anna never should have touched it.
She'll be okay.
Is there anything I can do?
No, it's fine.
Mr. Crawler! Well, this is a surprise. Mr. Crawler comes, the sun begins to shine. Would you like some coffee, or better still, will you have supper with us?
No, thank you. Mr. Carl has something to discuss with us. Something he's happy he says which demands a meeting.
What is it?
Usually, when I come up here, I try to bring a bit of good news. What's the use of telling you the bad news when there's nothing you can do about it? But today, something's happened. Dirk, Meep's Dirk, you know, says he has a Jewish friend with him here. A dentist. He says he's in trouble. He begged me. I mean it. Could I do anything for this man? Could I find him a hiding place? And so I've come to you. I know it's a terrible, terrible thing of me to ask you all of this. But would you let him stay with you?
Of course we will.
It'll only be for a night or two till I find some other place.
Where is he?
Downstairs, in the office.
Good, bring him up.
His name is Dussel. Jan Dussel.
Deuce. Think I know him?
I'll go get him.
Oh, forgive me, I spoke without consulting you, but I know you feel as I do.
You don't have to consult anyone. This is your house and you can do exactly as you please. But, well, it's just with so little food as there is to take on one more
We can
person.
stretch the food a little, it's only for a few days.
You want to bet?
I think it's fine to have him.
Oh, where are we going to put him? Where?
Well,
You can have my room. I can sleep on the floor. I wouldn't mind.
well, that's good of you, Pater, but your room's too small, even for you.
I have a much better idea. I'll come in here with you and Mother, and Margaret can have Pager's room, and Mr. Dussel can have my bed.
We could do that.
No, Margot, you mustn't sleep in that. Neither you nor Anna. Lucia's cots and rats in there. Hey, Brett, he doesn't mind.
Then how about this? I'll come in here with you and Mother, and Mr. Dussel can just have my room.
No. Margot, you'll come in here with us, and Mr. Dussel can have your bed. Bring your things in here. Help her, Anna.
Why, Margot? Why can't I come in here?
Because it wouldn't be proper for Margot to sleep with... Please, Anna, don't argue, please.
You wouldn't mind sharing your room with Mr. Dussel, now would you, Anna?
No, of course not.
Good. Where's the content?
It's there, but Otto, I was saving it in case of illness.
I think you couldn't find a better time to use it. Pager, will you get 5 glasses for me?
What's going on?
Someone's moving in.
In here? You're joking.
Oh, it's only for a few days, until Mr. Crawler can find him another place.
Yeah. Oh, come in, Mr. Dussel.
This is Mr. Frank.
Mr. Otto Frank.
Yes, let me take your things. Over there is my wife, Edith, and Mrs. Fondant, and Mr. Fondant, their son, Pater, and my daughters, Margot and Anna.
Thank you, Mr. Frank. Thank you all, Mr. Dussel. I leave you in good hands. Oh, here's Coach.
Thank you, Mrs. Crawler. Whatever can I say to you?
Mr. Crawler and he. They're our lifeline. Without them, we couldn't survive.
Oh, please, you make us seem very heroic. It isn't that at all. We simply don't like the Nazis. We don't like their methods. We don't like anything about them.
I know. No one's going to tell us Dutchmen what to do with our damn Jews.
But pay no attention to Mr. Frank. Pater, bolt the door, won't you, Pater?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Pater.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Please, Mr. Dussel, sit down.
I can't believe my eyes. Mr. Otto Frank here? You're not in Switzerland then. A woman told me. She said that she'd been to your house. Everything was in disorder. The door was open, dishes in the sink. She said that she found a piece of paper in the wastebasket. A piece of paper with an address written on it. An address in Zurich. She said he must escape to Zurich.
Father put that there purposely, but just so people would think that very thing.
And you've been here all this time?
All this time ever since July.
It worked! The address you left! Mr. Dussel says that people believe we escaped to Switzerland.
Well, I'm glad. Now let's have a little drink to welcome Mr. Dussel. To Mr. Dussel, welcome. We're very honored to have you with us.
To Mr. Dussel, welcome.
Mr. Dussel, did Mr. Crawler warn you that you won't get much to eat around here? I mean, you can imagine it's only 3 ration books for the 7 of us. And now 2 make 8.
Mr. Fondant, you don't realize what's going on out there. They should warn me of a thing like that. You don't realize what's going on. Right here in Amsterdam, every day, hundreds of Jews vanish. They surround a block and search house by house. Children return home from school to find their parents missing. Hundreds are being deported. People that you and I know. The Hollensteins, the best.
No!
Receive their call-up notice. Come to the Jewish theater on such and such a day and hour. Bring only what you can carry in a rucksack. If you refuse the call-up notice, then they come to your home and drag you from your house and ship you off the mountain house. The death camp!
I didn't know it had gotten so much worse.
Forgive me for speaking.
Mr. Dussel, do you know the DeVals? Their daughter Yobi and I were in the same class. Yobi's my best friend. Do you know what has become of them?
I'm sorry. Gone.
Gone?
With the others.
Oh, no, not Yobi.
There were some people named Bagger.
I think
They
this
split
was
you
up
up.
until later. I'm sure that Mr. Dussel would like to get settled before supper.
Yes, thank you. I would. I brought very little with me.
I'm sorry we can't give you room by yourself, but I hope you won't be too uncomfortable. We've had to make strict rules here, schedule of hours. We'll tell you about it after supper. Anna, would you mind taking Mr. Dussel to his room, please?
If you'll come with me, Mr. Dussel.
Please forgive me if I haven't truly expressed my gratitude to all of you. See, this all come as such a shock to me. I've always thought of myself as Dutch. I was born in Holland. My father was born in Holland and my grandfather. Now, after all these years, if you'll excuse me.
The news sounds awful, doesn't it? It's nothing like what Mr. Crawler tells us. Mr. Crawler said things weren't perfect.
I like the way Crawler tells it.
Well, here we are. You're going to share the room with me.
I've never had to adjust myself with others. Please bear with me until I learn.
Here, let me help you. Have you always lived alone? Have you no family at all?
No one.
How dreadful. You must be terribly lonely.
I'm used to it.
I don't think I could ever get used to it. Haven't you any pets? A cat or a dog?
I have an allergy for furry animals. They give me asthma.
Oh dear, Pedro has a cat.
Here? Yes, it here?
Oh yes, but we hardly ever see it. I'm sure it will be all right.
Let us hope so.
That's Margot's bed, where you're going to sleep. And I sleep on the sofa there. We cleared these off for your things. You know the best part about this room? You can look out and see a bit of the canal and the street. There's a houseboat. Barton lives there with his family, and they have a baby and he's just beginning to walk, and I'm so afraid
Your
that
father spoke a schedule.
Yes. It's mostly about the times for being quiet, and times for the WC. You can use it now if you like.
No, thank you.
I suppose you think it's awful when talking about a thing like that, but you don't get how important it can get to be, especially when you're frightened. About this room, the way Margot and I did it, she had it in the afternoons for studying, reading, lessons, you know, and I took the mornings. Would that be all right with you?
I'm not at my best in the morning.
You stay here in the mornings then. I'll take the afternoons.
Tell me, while you're here, where would I be spending my time? In there? With all the people?
Yes.
I see.
We have supper at 6:30.
Then, if you don't mind, I'd like to lie down quietly for 10 minutes before I eat. I find that helps with digestion.
Of course. I hope you don't find me too much of a bother. I seem to get everyone else's back up.
I get along very well with children. All my patients bring their children to see me because they know they know so well. So don't you worry about that.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Dussel. And yesterday I finished Sissy von Marksfeld's latest book. I think she is a first-class writer. I shall definitely let my children read her. Monday, the 21st of September, 1942. Mr. Dussel and I had another battle yesterday. Yes, Mr. Dussel. According to him, nothing. I repeat, nothing is right about me. My appearance, my character, my manners. While he was going on at me, I thought, sometime I'll give you such a smack that you'll fly right up to the ceiling. Why is it that every grown-up thinks that he knows the way to bring up children? Particularly the grown-ups that have never had any. I keep wishing Pedro was a girl instead of a boy. Then I would have someone to talk to. Margot's a darling, but she takes everything too seriously. To pause for a moment on the subject of Mrs. Von Dawn, I must tell you that her attempts to flirt with father are getting her nowhere. Him, thank goodness, won't play.
Nice. She tosses and turns. I don't sleep. I said half my night shushing her. And now. It's nightmare.
Please, Mr. Dussel, go back to bed. She'll be herself in a minute or two, won't she, Mom?
Thank you, but I'm going to the WC. One place where there's peace.
What is it? What's happened?
A nightmare. She was having a nightmare.
I thought somebody was murdering her.
Unfortunately, no.
Thank you, Painter. Go back to bed.
Would you like some water? It's a very bad dream. Perhaps if you told me you feel
I'd rather not talk about it.
Oh, darling, go to sleep then. I'll stay right here beside
You don't have to.
But I'd like to stay with you very much, really.
Will you please ask Father to come?
Of course, Aunt dear. She wants you.
Oh, I hate it.
Go to her.
Here.
I know she's still shaking with fear. I thank God that we should turn to you when she needs company. Go to her. She wants nothing of me. She pulled away when I leaned down and tried to kiss her. You heard, Father. It's just a phase. Most girls go through it. They turn to their fathers at the stage, give all their love to their fathers.
You weren't like this. You didn't shut me out.
She'll get over it.
Oh, Father, I hate when they came to get us. The great police think I made it drug me out the way they did kill me.
I want you to take this pill.
What is it?
Something to quiet. You want me to read to you for a while?
No, just sit with me for a minute. Was I awful? Did I yell terribly loud? Do you think someone else outside could have heard?
No. Lie quietly now. Try to sleep.
I'm so disappointed in myself. I think I conquered my fear. I think I'm really grown up. And then something happens and I run to you like a baby. I love you, Father. I don't love anyone but you.
Anna,
It's true. I've been thinking about it for a long time. You're the only one I love.
it's fine to hear you tell me that you love me, but I'd be much happier if you said you loved your mother as well.
She doesn't understand me. Every time I try to explain my views of laughter, she asks me if I'm constipated.
You heard her very much just now. She's crying. She's in there
I
crying.
only told the truth. I didn't want her in here. Oh, man, I was horrible, wasn't I? And the worst of it is, I can stand off and look at myself doing it, and know that it's wrong again and can't stop doing it. What's the matter with me? Don't tell me it's just a phase. Help me.
There is so little that us parents can do to help our children. We can only try to set a good example. Point the way. The rest, you must do yourself, Anna. You must build your own character.
I'm trying, really, I am. Each night before I go to bed, I think back on everything I did that day that was wrong, like putting my mom in Mr. Deuce's bed, and this thing now with Mother. I say to myself that was wrong, and I'm never going to do that again, never. Then again, I may do something worse, but at least I'll never do that again. I have a nicer side, Father. A sweeter, nicer side, but I'm scared to show it. I'm afraid that if I'm serious, people will laugh at me. So the good Anna comes to the inside, and the mean Anna goes to the outside. I keep trying to switch them around and be what I'd like to be. It might be. If only. The air raids are getting worse. They come over day and night. The noise is terrifying. Pim says it should be music to our ears. The more planes, the sooner will come the end of the war. Mrs. Fondant pretends to be a fatalist. What will be, will be. When the planes come over, who is the most frightened? No one else but Petronella. Monday, the 9th of November, 1942. Wonderful news. The Allies have landed in Africa. Pim says that we can look for an early finish to the war. Just for fun, he asked each of us what was the first thing we wanted to do when we got out of here. Mrs. Fondant longs to be home with her own things. Her needlepoint chairs, the Bechstein piano her father gave her, the best that money could buy. Peter would like to go to a movie. Mr. Dussel wants to get back to his dentist's room. He's afraid he is losing his touch. For myself, there are so many things. To ride a bike again, to laugh till my belly aches, to have new clothes from the skin out, to have a hot tub filled to overflowing and wallow in it for hours, to be back in school with my friends.
Praise be thou, O Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has sanctified us with thy commandments and bidden us kindle in the Hanukkah lights. Praise be thou, O Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has wrought wondrous deliverances for our fathers in days of old. Praise be thou, O Lord our God, who has given us life and sustenance and brought us to this happy season. O my, Mr. Fondant, if you would please. We kindle this Hanukkah light to celebrate the great and wonderful deeds wrought through the zeal with which God filled the hearts of the heroic Maccabees 2,000 years ago. They fought against indifference, against tyranny and oppression, and they restored our temple. May these arts remind us that we should ever look to God, whence cometh our help. O my.
Oh my. I lift up mine eyes into the mountains, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, who created heaven and earth. He shall not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. He that keepeth Israel will not slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is the shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall keep thee from all evil. He shall keep thy soul. The Lord shall guard thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and forevermore. O my.
O my.
That was very moving.
It isn't over yet.
Sit down, sit down.
There's lots more songs and presents.
Not this year, unfortunately, but every year everyone gives everyone presents.
Like on St. Nicholas Day.
No, not like St. Nicholas Day. What kind of a Jew are you that you don't know what Hanukkah is? What I remember particularly is candles. The first one is you have tonight, and then on the second night you light 2, third, 3, and so on, until you have all 8 candles burning. When they're all 8 burning, it's truly beautiful. And the potato pancakes.
Don't talk about them.
I make the best latkes you ever tasted. Invite us all next year in your own home.
God willing.
God willing.
What I remember best is the presents we used to get when we were little. 8 days of presents, and each day they got better and better. Being here alive is present enough.
No, it isn't. I've got something.
What is it?
Presents.
Presents? What did she mean? I don't know how she got presents.
What has she got on her head?
A lampshade.
Oh dear, they're every which way. This is for Margot. Read it out loud.
You have never lost your temper. You never will, I fear. You are so good that if you should, put all your crosswords here. A crossword puzzle book of honor! Where did you ever get it?
Oh, it isn't new. It's one of your old ones. But I wrote it all out, and if you wait a little bit and forget, you can do it all over again.
Oh, it's wonderful, Anna. You'd never know it was.
Mrs. Fondant?
This is just awful. I didn't know we were getting presents. If I knew I was
This is all Anna's idea.
What is it?
It's hair shampoo. I mixed it out of the odds and ends of the last of my soap and the last of my toilet water.
Oh, Annika!
I wanted to write poems for all of them, but I didn't have time. Yours, Mr. Fondant. Yours is really something. Something you want more than anything.
Cigarettes.
2 of them! Invincible pipe tobacco in the pocket lining up his coat, and we made them. Rather than Pim did.
Oh, let me see. Well, would you look at that? Cigarettes! Like it, Pootie, like it!
It's tobacco, really it is. There's a little fluff in it, but not much.
It's light.
It works.
Look at that! Look at him!
Thank you, Anna. Thank you.
For Mother, a Hanukkah greeting.
Here's an IOU that I promise to pay. 10 hours of doing whatever you say. Signed on a phone.
10 hours of doing what you're told. Anything you're told.
That's right.
You wouldn't want to sell that, Mrs. Frog.
This is gross. The question
night after I'd gone to bed. I'm afraid it looks better in the dark.
It's fine. Look, it fits me perfectly. Thank you, Mom.
That's for Mushi.
On behalf of Mushi, I thank you.
And this is yours, from Mrs. Quack Quack. Well, go on, open it. Aren't you going to open it?
I'm afraid to. I know someone's gonna come out and hit me.
No, it's nothing like that, really.
Go on, show it.
It's a safety razor.
A razor. You didn't make that out of odds and ends.
Oh no, it's secondhand. Mead's got it for me. But you really do need a razor now.
For what?
Well, look at his upper lip. You can see the beginning of a mustache.
He wants to get rid of that. There's more of a milk on it. Let the cat lick it off.
I think you're funny, Julia.
Look at that. Have you tried it?
I'm going to get Mushi his present.
And last, but never least, my roommate, Mr. Diesel.
For me? That's something for me?
I made them myself.
Capsules. 2 capsules.
They're earplugs.
Earplugs?
So you won't have to hear me when I thrash around at night. They're not real ones. I saw them advertised in a magazine. I make them out of cotton candle wax. Go on, try them out.
Let me just get them in like so.
Are you ready?
Huh?
Are you ready?
God, they're going inside! Thank you, Otto. Thank you.
And now, the song. Father, please. Have you heard the Hanukkah song, Mr. Diesel? But the song is the whole thing.
I don't think we should sing this song tonight, Anna. It's a song of jubilation, Mr. Dussel, of rejoicing. When it's after come.
You! How many times I told you? Get out! Get out!
What is the matter with you? Get that cat out of here! Cat? Heard me. Get it out of here. I have no cat.
Doesn't need to be as bad as clothes are enough. Every time it comes up, room.
You don't have to worry about it anymore, Mr. Dussel, because tonight we're getting rid of it.
Finally, you listen to me.
This has nothing to do with you. That's all in your mind, all of it. I'm doing it because I'm sick and tired of seeing that cat with all of her food.
That's not true. I eat bones.
Oh, don't tell me. I see that cat get fatter and fatter every day. Damn cat for any of us. So out we go tonight.
No! No!
Mr. Fontaine, you can't do that. That's Pedro's cat. Pedro loves that cat.
If he goes, I go.
Go.
You're not going, and the cat's not going either. What is wrong with all of you? It's Hanukkah. Hanukkah. It's a time to celebrate. Now sit down. Sit down. Anna, you wouldn't mind singing that song, would you?
I think we should first blow out the candle. Then we'll have something for tomorrow night.
But Father, you're supposed to let them burn themselves out.
I'm sure that God understands shortages. Praise be thou, O Lord our God, who hast sustained us and permitted us to celebrate this joyous festival. Oh my. Shoot. No, I think they've gone.
It's the Secret Police. They found us.
If they had, they'd be up here by now. They wouldn't have left.
I know it's Secret Police. They've got to get back up. That's all. They'll be back.
Or maybe we should just stop looking for papers.
Or a thief looking for money.
Get some water, please. Get some water.
No. Mustn't run any water.
If they found us, get the water. I'm going now.
No, Father, no. It may be a trap. There may be someone there waiting.
This is Saturday. There's no way for us to know what has happened to
Come
me
on,
or Mr.
Father.
Crawler on Monday. We cannot live with this. Oh, God, please.
Pootie, where's our money? Quick, get our money. I hear you might have given me some. So what did I get money? I need to get away with it and try you to go to church. Someone left your money. Please get mine.
Although, haven't you done enough already?
Please, I'm not getting money.
Lift mine eyes into the mountains, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, who created heaven and earth.
He shall not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He was a thief. I know I supposed to have scared a boy. Took the cash box and the radio. Went on his way in such a hurry that he didn't stop at the street door. Swinging wide open.
Are you sure it's all right?
The danger's past. I think it'd be good to have some light now. Don't be so terrified, Anna. We're safe.
How can you say that the danger is past? Don't you realize there's greater danger than ever?
Mr. Dussel, will you please be still?
Thanks to this clumsy oath now! Now someone knows we're up here! Someone knows we're up here hiding!
Someone knows we're here, yes? But who is that someone? A thief! A thief knows we're here. Do you think a thief is going to go to the Green Police to say I was robbing a house the other night and I heard a noise above my head? Do you think a thief is going to do that?
Yes, I think he will.
You're crazy!
He's suffering, he's going to be caught. And then he's going to make a deal with the Green Police. If they let him go, he'll tell them where the Jews are hiding.
He's right!
Oh, we've got to get out of here! We've got to go now, please!
Go? Where?
Where?
Have we lost all faith? All courage? A moment ago we thought they'd come for us. We were sure it was the end, but it wasn't the end. We're alive. Safe. We thank thee, O Lord our God, that in thy infinite mercy thou hast again seen fit to spare us. Now come on, Anna. The song. The song.
Oh, Hanukkah, Hanukkah, the sweet celebration.
Around the feast we gather in complete jubilation. Happiest of seasons now is here. Many are the reasons for good cheer. Together we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring. So hear us rejoicing and merrily voicing this Hanukkah song that we sing. Hey! So hear us rejoicing and merrily voicing this Hanukkah song that we sing.
Saturday, the 1st of January, 1944. Another new year has begun, and we find ourselves still in our hiding place. We've been here now for 1 year, 5 months, and 25 days. It seems that our life is at a standstill. We are all a little thinner. The fondant's discussions are as violent as ever. Mother still does not understand me, but then I don't understand her either. There was one great change, however, a change in myself. I read somewhere that girls of my age don't feel quite certain of themselves. They become quiet within and begin to think of the miracle that is taking place in their bodies. I think what is happening to me is so wonderful. Not only what can be seen, but what is taking place inside. Each time it has happened, I have a feeling that I have a sweet secret. And in spite of my pain, I long for the time when I shall feel that secret within me again.
Stephen, Mr. Crawler, what a delightful surprise.
We came to bring you New Year's greetings.
Oh, you shouldn't have. You should have at least one day to yourselves.
Don't say that, it's so wonderful to see them. I can smell the cold and the wind on your clothes.
There you are. How are you, Margaret? Feeling any better?
I'm all right. We stuffed her full of every kind of pill so she won't cough and make a noise.
Well, hello, me, Mr. Crawler.
With my hope for peace in the new year.
Have you seen Lucy? Have you seen him anywhere at all?
I checked everywhere in the neighborhood. Have they seen a gray cat? But they all said no.
Why, look what Meep has brought for us.
A cake!
A cake? I'll get some plates.
Mia, you shouldn't have. You should have. You must have used all your sugar rations for weeks.
It's been ages since I even saw a cake. Not since when you brought one last year. Remember, just this time last year on New Year's. I remember because it said peace in 1943. Peace in 1944.
Well, it has come sometime, hasn't it? Hello, Mr. Dussel.
How are you? So, how many of us are you?
None for me, thank you.
Oh, please, you must.
I couldn't.
No, really.
Well, then that gets that 7 of us.
8. It's the same number it always is. Well, I love Margaret out.
Why wouldn't you have me take?
I think it won't harm her.
All right. It goes right to our heads. Here, Mrs. Frog, you cut the cake.
Thank you. Are you sure you won't have some meat? No, really, I have to leave soon.
Maybe Lucy went back to my home. They say that with cats. Do you ever get around there? I suppose you could?
I'll try, Pedro. The first one I get, I'll try it, but I'm afraid with him gone a week that he could have been picked up off the streets.
When will you realize already that someone's made a nice big meal of that cat?
This is delicious meat. Delicious.
Dukes would love to have a girl that can bake like this.
I have to leave soon. Dirk's taking me to a party tonight.
Oh, heavenly! Remember now what everyone is wearing and what you have to eat and everything so you can tell us tomorrow.
I'll give you a full report. Goodbye, everyone.
Oh, me? There's something I'd like you to do.
Where are you going, Pootie? What are you doing? What are you trying to do?
What's wrong?
Father says he's gonna sell Liz old fur coat. She's crazy about that old thing.
Is it possible? Is it possible that anyone would worry about something as silly as a fur coat at times like these?
You shut your dumb mouth! And if you say anything else, take it off!
Give it back! It isn't yours! It's mine! Give it back! You have no right!
Just a little discussion over the advisability of selling Mrs. Fondant's fur coat. As I have often reminded Mrs. Fondant, it's very selfish to be thinking of such things when so many people out there are in such desperate need of clothing. So, I was wondering, could you sell it for me? And we'll bet you a good price. Oh, and if you could you pick me up some cigarettes? I don't care what kind, just get all you can.
They're very difficult to get these days, Mr. Von Don, but I'll try. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Pete.
Are you sure you won't have some cake, Mr. Crawler?
No, really, I shouldn't.
Have you not been to the doctor yet?
No, I'm feeling
No,
fine.
Mr. Crawler.
Oh, I've tried, but you can't get near a doctor these days. They're so busy. After weeks, I finally managed to get one on the telephone. You know what he says to me? Over the telephone. Stick out your tongue. I have some contracts downstairs that I would like you to go over with me.
Yeah, of course.
Forgive us. I'll only keep them but a minute.
What's happened? Something's happened, hasn't it, Mr. Crawler?
No, really, I want your father's advice.
Something's gone wrong, I know it.
It's something that concerns us here. It's best that we all do.
Children.
What they'd imagine would be worse than any reality.
It's a man in the storeroom. I don't know whether or not you remember him. Carl, about 50, heavy-set, nearsighted. He came with us just before you left.
He was huge.
That's the man. About a week ago, I was in the storeroom. He came down and he closed the door and he asked me, "What have you heard from Mr. Franck? Have you seen Mr. Franck?" I told him simply that I heard that there was a rumor that you were in Switzerland. He said that he heard that rumor too, but he thought I would know something more. At the time, I didn't think anything of it. But yesterday, he brought some invoices to the office for me to sign. As I was going through them, I looked up, and he was standing, staring at the bookcase that guards your door. He said that he thought that he used to remember that there was a door there. Wasn't there a door there that used to go up to the loft? And then he said he wanted more money, 20 guilders a week.
Blackmail?
20 guilders, very modest blackmail.
That's just the start.
You know what I think? I think he was the man who was down there that night. That's how he knows that we're here.
How's it left? What did you tell him?
I told him I had to think about it. What shall I do? Pay him the money or take a chance on firing
For
him?
God's sake, don't fire him. You here where you can have your eye on him.
If someone said he's asking, what are they paying nowadays?
He could make that a war plant. But this isn't a war plant. Quite frankly, I don't know if he knows or if he doesn't know.
Well, I'd often happen. And we'll soon find out if it's blackmail or not.
If it is, we've got to pay him. Whatever he asks, we've got to pay.
Let's decide that when the time comes.
This could all be my imagination. You get to a point these days when you mistrust everyone and everything. Again and again, I find myself.
That's
the telephone? What does it mean with the telephone ringing on a holiday?
Oh, that's my wife. I told her to call me when she got out of church. I told her I was in the office signing some papers and I'd be late. I'll offer him half of it. The best of luck. Goodbye. Goodbye.
You can thank your son for this. Now you know that lamp. It's only a matter of time now.
Sometimes I just wish the end would come.
Morgoth! At least then we know where we were. How could you say such a thing? Think of the thousands dying in the war each day. Think of the people in concentration camps.
What's the good of that? What's the good of thinking of misery when you're already miserable? That's stupid!
Anna,
We're young, Margot, Peter, and I. We're trying to hold on to some kind of ideals when ideals, hopes, everything are being destroyed. We weren't around when all this mess started. So don't try to take it out on us.
She talks as if we started this war. Did we start this war?
She left her cake. You left this.
Thanks.
I think you're fine just now. You know just what to say to them. I'm no good. That Dusel. What he said about Mushi? About someone eating him? All I can think is, I wanted to hit him. I wanted to give him such that he... That's what I used to do when there was a fight at school. But here, an old man like that, it wouldn't be so good.
You're making a big mistake about me. I go too far. I say too much. I hurt people's feelings.
I think you're just fine. If it wasn't for you around here, I don't know. What I mean...
Do you mean it, Painter? Do you really mean it?
I said it, didn't I?
Thank you, Painter.
You've got quite a collection.
Oh, wouldn't you like some in your room? I could give you some. Heaven knows you spent enough time in there, doing heaven knows what.
When there's an argument or a fight, I just duck in there.
You're lucky having a place to go to. His lordship is always in here. I hardly ever get a minute alone. When they start in on me, I can't duck away. I just have to stand there and take it.
You gave someone back just now.
I get so mad. They form their opinions, but we're still trying to find out. We have problems today that people our age have never had before. And just as you think you've solved them, something comes along and bang, you have to start all over again.
At least you have someone you can talk to.
Not really. Mother, I can never talk about anything serious with her. She doesn't understand me. And Father, well, I can talk about everything with Father. Everything but one thing, Mother. He simply won't talk about her. I don't think you can be truly intimate with anyone if you hold something back, do you?
I think your father's fine.
Oh, he is, Painter, he is. He's the only person that gives me the feeling that I have any sense. That nothing can take the place of school and friends of your own age or near your age, can it?
I suppose you miss your friends and all.
It isn't just... It's funny, you and I. Here we've been seeing each other for over a year and a half, and this is the first time we've ever really talked. It helps to have someone to talk to. It helps you let up some steam, don't you think?
Well, anytime you want to let out some steam, you can come into my room.
You'll have to be careful how you say that. I can get up an awful lot of steam.
It's all right with me.
Do you mean it, Painter?
I said it, didn't I?
We've had bad news. The people from whom we've got our ration books have been arrested. So we have had to cut down on our food. Our stomachs are so empty that they rumble and make strange noises, all in different keys. Mr. Fondant's is deep and low like a bass fiddle. Mine is high and whistling like a flute. As we all sit around waiting for supper, it's like an orchestra tuning up. It only needs Toscanini to raise his baton and we'd be off on the ride of the Valkyries. Monday, the 6th of March, 1944. Mr. Crawler is in the hospital. It seems he has ulcers. Him says we're his ulcers. Neep has to run the business, and us too. The Americans have landed on the southern tip of Italy. Father looks for a quick finish to the war. Mr. Dusel is waiting every day for the warehouse man to demand more money. Have I been skipping too much from one subject to another? I
I can't help it. I feel that spring is coming. I feel it in my whole body and soul. I feel utterly confused. I am longing, so longing, for everything, for friends, for someone to talk to, someone who understands, someone young, who feels as I do.
No, Mr. Dusel, not just yet! How is that? How does that look? You didn't even look! Of course I did. It's fine. Margot, tell me. Am I terribly ugly? Stop fishing. No, tell me. Of course you're not. You've got a lot of animation and wonderful eyes. A little vague, aren't you? May I come in? Come in, Mother. Mr. Dusel is very impatient to get in here.
Heavens, he takes the room for himself the entire day.
Anna, you're not going in again to see Painter tonight, are you?
That is my intention.
But you've already spent a great deal of time in there today already.
I was in there exactly twice. Once to get a dictionary, and then 3/4 of an hour before supper.
Aren't you afraid you're disturbing him?
Mother, I have some intuition.
Well then, may I ask you this much? When you go in there tonight, please do not shut the door.
You sound like Mrs. Von Dawn.
No, I don't mean to suggest anything wrong. I only wish you wouldn't expose yourself to such criticism. That you wouldn't give Mrs. Von Dawn the opportunity to be so unpleasant.
Mrs. Von Dawn does not need an opportunity to be unpleasant.
We're all on edge worried about Mr. Crumb. This is just one more thing.
Mother, I'm going into Page's room, and I am not going to let Petronella Von Dawn spoil our friendship.
Why can't you just talk in the main room? It's so hard on Mother, having to sit there and listen to Mrs. Von Dawn's comments and not say a word.
Why doesn't she say a word? I think it's ridiculous to just take it and take it.
You don't understand Mother at all, do you? She's not like you. It's just not in her nature to talk back. She can't fight back.
Anyway, only what I worry about is you. I feel awfully guilty about you.
What about?
Well, it's just that every time I go into Page's room, I feel I may be hurting you. If it were me, I'd be desperately jealous. I'd be wild if it were me.
Well, I'm not.
Really? Truly, you're not jealous?
Of course I'm jealous. I'm jealous because you have something to get up in the morning for. But jealous of you and Pager? No.
Maybe there's nothing to be jealous of. Well, maybe I'm just replacing his cat. Margot, wouldn't you like to come in with us?
I have a book.
You please let me in my room already.
Just a minute, dear soul. Well, here I go. Draw the gauntlet.
Thank you so much.
My God, look at her. I don't know what use it is to have a son. I hardly see him. I don't think he'd care if I killed myself. Just a minute, Anna. I'd like to say a few words to my son. Now, Pager, I don't want you saying of all hours of the night. You're a growing boy. You need your rest.
Don't worry. Anna's going to bed promptly at 9, aren't you, Anna?
Yes, Mother. May we go in now?
Are you asking me? I didn't know if I had anything to say about it.
Listen for the chimes, Anna dear.
In my day, it was the boys who called on the girls.
You know how young people like to pretend they have secrets. Pager's room is the only place where they can talk.
Talk? That's not what they called it when I was young.
Aren't they awful? Aren't they impossible? Treating us as if we're still in the nursery.
Don't let it bother you. I don't let it bother me.
I suppose you can't really blame them. They think back to what they were like when they were our age. They don't realize how much more advanced we are. When I think what wonderful discussions we've had. Oh, I forgot. I was going to bring you some more pictures.
Oh, these are fine. Thanks.
Are you sure? We've just brought me some new ones.
Maybe later.
I remember when I got that. I won it. I bet Yobi I could eat 5 ice cream cones. We'd all been playing ping pong. We'd go where the Jews were allowed, the Delphi and the Oasis. We'd have heavenly times. There'd always be a lot of boys. We'd laugh and joke. I'd like to go back to it for a few days or maybe a week, but after that I know I'd be bored to death. I think more seriously about life now. I want to be a journalist or something. I love to write. What do you want to do?
Oh, I don't know. A farmer or something. Something that doesn't take a lot of brains.
Oh, you shouldn't say that. You've got the most awful inferiority complex.
I know I'm not smart.
But that's not true. You're much better than I am in dozens of things. Arithmetic, algebra. Oh, you're a million times better than I am in algebra. You like Margot, don't you? Right from the start, you like her much better than me.
Oh, I don't know.
It's all right. Everyone feels that way. Margot's so good. Well, she's sweet and bright and beautiful, and I'm not.
Now that's not true.
Oh, I know I'm not. I've never been a beauty. I never have been and never shall be.
I don't agree at all. I think you're pretty.
Well, that's not true.
And another thing, you've changed. From before, I mean.
I have?
I used to think you were awful noisy.
And what do you think now, Peter? How have I changed?
Well, you're quieter?
I'm just glad you don't hate me.
Now, I never said that.
When you get out of here, you won't remember me at all.
That's crazy.
When you get back with your friends, you're going to say, now, what did I ever see in that Mrs. Quack Quack?
I haven't got any friends.
Peter, of course you do. Everyone has friends.
Not me. I don't need any. I just get fine. I get along fine just without it.
Does that mean you get along fine without me? I think of myself as your friend.
Now, if they were like you, it would be different.
Peter, did you ever kiss a girl?
Yes, once.
That picture's crooked. Was she pretty?
Huh?
The girl you kissed.
I don't know. I was blindfolded. One of those kissing games.
Oh, I wouldn't suppose you would count that, would you?
It did with me.
I've been kissed twice. Once a man I'd never seen before picked me up off the ice and I was crying, and he kissed my cheek. The other was Dr. Kufis, a friend of father's, who kissed my hand. I wouldn't suppose you would count those, would you?
I wouldn't.
I know for sure, too, that Margot would never kiss anyone unless she was engaged to them or something. And also, Mother never touched a man before Pim, but I don't know, things are so different now, and, well, do you think a girl shouldn't kiss anyone unless she's engaged to them or something? It's so hard to think when here we are with the world falling around our ears and, well, what do you think?
I suppose it depends on the girl. With one girl, everything she does seems to be wrong. But with another, well, it wouldn't be so wrong.
9 o'clock. I have to go.
That's right.
Good night.
You won't let them stop you from coming.
Oh no, next time I might bring my diary. There are lots of things I'd like to discuss with you. There's a lot about you.
What kind of things?
I wouldn't want you to read some of it. I used to think you were awful, just the way you thought about me.
Well, I hope you change your mind about me as I have you.
Well, you'll see.
We all know each other so well that if anyone starts to tell a story, the rest can finish up for it. We're having to cut down still further on our meals. What makes it worse? The rats have been at work again. They carried off some of our precious food. Even Mr. Dussel now wishes that Mushi was here. Thursday, the 28th of April, 1944. Invasion fever is mounting every day. Beep tells us that people outside talk of nothing else. For myself, life has become much more pleasant. I often go to Page's room after supper. Oh, don't think I'm in love, because I'm not. But it does make life more bearable to have someone with whom you can exchange views. No more tonight. P.S. I must be honest. I must confess that I actually live for the next meeting. Is there anything lovelier than to sit under the skylight and feel the warm sun on your cheeks and have a darling boy in your arms? I admit now that I'm glad the Fondants had a son and not a daughter. I've outgrown another dress. That's the third.
I'm having to wear Margot's clothes after all. I'm working hard on my French, and I'm now reading La Belle Nevernaise.
But not like me. No one
excellent news of the invasion. The best part about it is that I have a feeling that friends are coming. Who knows? Maybe I'll be back in school by fall. Haha, the joke is on us. The warehouse man doesn't know a thing, and we are paying him all that money. Wednesday, the 2nd of July, 1944. The invasion seems temporarily to be bogged down. Mr. Collar has to have an operation, which looks bad. The Gestapo have found the radio that was stolen. Mr. Dussel says that they'll trace it back and back to the thief, and then it's just a matter of time till they get to us. Everyone is low. Even poor Pim can't raise their spirits. I've often been downcast myself, but never in despair. I can shake off everything if I write, but, and this is the great question, will I ever be able to write well? I want to so much. I want to go on living, even after my death. Another birthday has gone by, so now I am 15. Already I know what I want. I have a goal, an opinion.
There goes Mr. Frog. Do you hear it? The telephone.
Yes, I hear.
But Mr. Frog, this is the third time. The third time in quick succession to signal that coming with me. She's trying to get to us. For some reason she can't come to us, but she's trying to warn us of something.
Please! You're wasting your breath.
Something has happened, Mr. Frog. For 3 days now, he hasn't come to see us. And now Monday is coming to
It's
work.
a Sunday. Perhaps we lost track of the days.
Otto, what day is it?
It's Friday. Friday the 4th of August, and not a man has come to work. Mr. Crawler is dead. It's the only explanation. He's dead, and they're closing down the building, and he was trying to warn us.
He never telephoned us.
Please, Mr. Frog, I beg of you.
Oh. Well, maybe you don't have to answer it. Maybe you can just go down and listen and see if it's me. No, I told you no. I'll do nothing that might let anyone know we're in this building.
Mr. Prong's right.
There's no need for you to know what side you're on. Hey! Why, I believe that help will come.
No, I'm going.
Now, Mr. Deuce.
Too late.
So what? Are we supposed to wait here until we die?
I can't take it anymore! I can't take it! I'll kill myself! I'll kill myself!
Shut up!
I think you'd be happy if I was dead! I'll make you want me dead!
Who is it that we're here? We could have been safe somewhere, like in America or Switzerland. But you didn't want to leave the prices there. You didn't want to leave the furniture.
What a lovely day. Aren't the clouds beautiful? You know what I do? When I can barely stand being cooped up here for one more minute, I think myself out. I think myself on a walk in the park with Pim, where the daffodils and the crocus leaves grow on the slopes. You know the most wonderful part about thinking yourself out? You can have it any way you like. You can have violets and roses and chrysanthemums all growing at the same time.
I'm going crazy. If we don't get out of here soon, I can't take much more of it.
I wish you had a religion, Peter.
No, not me.
Well, I don't mean you have to be orthodox or believe in heaven and hell and purgatory and things. I just mean some religion. It doesn't matter what. Just to believe in something. When I think of all that's out there, the seagulls, the birds, the flowers, when I think of the dearness of you, Peter, and the goodness of the people we know, meet Mr. Collar, the vegetable man, when I think of these good things, I'm not afraid anymore. I find myself and God.
That's fine, but when I think, I get mad. Look at us, trapped here for 2 years. Trapped like, and all for what?
We're not the only ones that have had to suffer. There have always been people that have had to. Sometimes one race, sometimes another. And
That doesn't make me feel any better.
I know, it's terrible trying to have any faith when people are doing such horrible. I think the world may be going through a phase, like the way I was with Mother. It'll pass, maybe not for 100 years, but someday. I still believe, in spite of everything, that people are really good at heart.
I want to see something now, not 1,000 years from now.
Pedro, if you'd only look at it as a part of a great pattern, that we're just a little minute in life. Look at us going at each other like a couple of stupid grown-ups. Look at the sky now, Pedro. When we're outside again, I'm going to run and shout and jump just like...
Now we can live in hope.
And so it seems our stay here is over. They're waiting for us now. They've allowed us 5 minutes to get our things. We can each take a bag and whatever we'll hold of clothing. Nothing else. So dear diary, that means I must leave you behind. Goodbye for a while. P.S. Please, please, Meek, or Mr. Crawler, or anyone else, if you should find this diary, will you please keep it safe from me? Because someday, I hope.
No more.
I'd gone to the country to find food. When I got back, the block was surrounded by police.
We made it our business to find out how they knew. It was the thief. The thief who told them.
It seems strange to say this, that anyone could be happy in a concentration camp. But Anna was happy in that camp in Holland when they first took us. After 2 years of being shut up in these rooms, she could be out in the sunshine and the fresh air that she loved.
A little more?
Yes, thank you. The news of the war was good. The British and Americans were sweeping through France. So should they get to us? In September, we were shipped home. The men to one camp, women to another. I was sent to Auschwitz. Then went to Belgium. In January, we were liberated. A few of us who were left. The war wasn't yet over, so it took us a long time to get home. We'd be sent here and there behind the enemy lines where it'd be safe. Each time our train would come to a stop at a siding or a crossing, we'd all get out and go from group to group. Where were you? Were you at Velsen, at Buchenwald, Mauthausen? Is it possible that you knew my wife? Did you ever see my husband, my son, my daughter? That's how I found out about my wife's death. Of Margot, von Don, Peter, Deuce. But Anna? With Anna, I still hope. Yesterday I went to Rotterdam. I heard a woman there. She'd been in Belsen with Anna. I know now.
In spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart.
She puts me to shame.